Well, hi, hello, and how are you doing out there in internet land? My name is Brian Trippett. I am the Front Porch Conservative, and this is the Wednesday Night Newsroom, a small little gathering among friends. When we get together, we talk about the news, we give our views, and we try and make sense out of this crazy thing we otherwise call life. My name is Brian Trippett. I am the Front Porch Conservative. I am sometimes known in social media as the fine fella in the fedora. On occasion, I'm called the common man with common sense. But in this moment, as always, I am, above all else, your host. We are on Rumble, we are on Twitter, and we are on that quaint little alternative social media platform known as YouTube. So if you would not mind, if you don't care, if you would help a brother out, please share the link around to your friends. Tell them to get in here. This night is going to be epic. I've got one of my absolute favorite people in the whole of social media co-hosting with me tonight. And y'all know you never know what's going to come out of this guy's mouth when he gets in front of a microphone. God help us all. So please share the link around. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. Hit the bell for notifications. We want to make sure you're always aware when stuff is going on. And share the link and leave a thumbs up. Oh, yeah, I am very excited tonight. Like I said, I haven't seen this cat in a heck of a long time. So there you go. All right. We are going to go ahead and bring in. Well, first, let me do some quick roundabout. Let's see who all's laying around in the house. Bonsoir, Ms. Mima. Mwah. Good evening, Miss Gypsy. Hello, my fellow hat speecher. Boom. Fist bump to you, Robert. Night Guardian says, will there be anything with pineapple? No, but I've heard that there might be a jar of Prego spaghetti sauce involved, but that's a rumor. And I just I just got flipped off from backstage. Oh, my God. Oh, it's going to be a party tonight, folks. That's all I'm telling you. Good evening, madame. Mwah. Good to have you here. Let's see who else is in the house. Tiny Tesla's here. Mwah. Good evening, darling. Glad to see you. Oh, these lovely ladies. Oh, I'll tell you what. All right, let's pop over to the Rumble side. Oh, the OG Wingnuts are here. WWG1 is in the house. TBA says, oh, man, I'm glad I'm not late again. LOLs. No, usually I'm the one that's late. So just let y'all know. So who is standing in the dining room flipping Brian? No, he's not in the dining room, believe it or not, but he is backstage, and I will explain that momentarily, TBA. Then with that, let me get to my introduction. I have known about this cat for some years. We got to meet formally in Orlando in October 2022, and we just hit it off like gangbusters. We don't always get the chance to hang out together, but my God, it's a good time whenever we do. Because like I said, you never know what is going to come out of either one of our mouths by ourselves. Put us together and we might burn down the internet tonight. That's all I'm saying. He is, like I said, one of my absolutely favorite people in the whole of social media. He's got a heart the size of the state that he lives in. He is one of the coolest dudes you will ever meet. One of the smartest folks in the whole of social media. And one of the most fearless souls in the advocation of the ideas that he holds dear. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome in one of my dear friends, the High Harlot, Mike Harlow.
Oh my God, I am so overrated. That was way too nice of an intro. Thank you. I love you, Ryan.
Hell no, that's not too much of an intro. I've always told you will always get a good intro when you come on my show. You might not get anything else, but by God, you will get a good intro. So
I'll get to hang out with you. I've missed you so much. It has been way too long.
Oh, I was telling you backstage, I'll share this with the audience. I counted it up. The last time I had you on my live stream was about 2 weeks before the election. So it's October of 24. Yes, it's been like 7 months.
And I think you were on mine like right after the election.
Right after. But since then, I mean, your life's been crazy, my life's been, and nobody's fault. You know, life is crazy for the both of us. And I was like, you know what? I have got to get this cat in here because first of all, I got to catch up with you because you've had all kinds of crazy ass adventures since last we got together. And, you know, I've had stuff going on in my life. And, you know, when this live stream that I do now, you know, got invented and when Tracy kind of went down for a little while, nothing physically wrong with her, nothing like that, just some stuff going on in her life. I was like, I got to get some co-hosts in here. I thought, now, who the hell am I going to get? I got to call Harlow. I got to call Harlow. Got to get this boy in here. So
I got you.
All right. Well, okay. For the benefit of the audience, because like I said, it's been like 7 months. what in the world have you been up to?
Oh, just life and such. I moved to Florida. That was longer than 7 months ago, but I've been traveling a lot. I did a 2-week speaking tour in California, which was miserable. It is the worst place on earth. It is horrible. I hate it there so much. It is so great to be back in Florida. I'm never going to California ever again, until the next time I'm forced to.
Now, was that for Walkaway with Brandon
Yeah.
Stackis? Okay.
Which was fun. I love doing the events and all that. It was me and him and Gothics. So yeah, we met all the crazies. But God, what a horrible place. I think the only place I would want to live less is like Alaska, because I hate the cold.
Okay.
Yeah, what a horrible place that is. I don't know how people live in LA. They go through all 4 seasons in one day. You'll be freezing your ass off at noon and getting sunburned. I got this dumbass burn. Look at this shit. At like
God, boy, you got 4 different skin tones going on right there, man.
I'm not just a person of color. I'm a person of many colors right now.
I was going to say the blacks are going to take you in, the Hispanics are going to take you in, the whites are going to take you in.
Screaming at me there.
The Chinese are going to take you in. Boy, you're set.
There was a Chinese lady. So yeah, we're doing this. We did a bunch of college events. So all the crazies came out to play. This Chinese chick gets up to the microphone. It was like a Q&A type thing. This Chinese bitch comes up, and I just could feel it in my soul. I'm like, she's going to sing. She's going to fucking sing? She's going to start singing. I could feel it. I'm like, this is the face of someone who's about to start singing.
Okay.
And she didn't start singing, but she starts reading her entire fucking spoken word poetry. I knew something was coming. And at first I'm like, is she on our side? Is she kind of based from the first line or two? No. She was just so far left that she makes the far left seem based. And she starts going on about, why do people think communism is bad? Communism is wonderful. And I'm sitting, and I have to sit there like with a camera in front of me. I'm shaking. I'm trying so hard not to laugh. I start laughing my ass off though. And I guess she got emotionally triggered by that. And she just like gets off and walks away in the middle of her fucking poem.
Mike Harlow, ladies and gentlemen, making friends and influencing people wherever he goes. There you go.
That's me.
Oh my Lord. Oh my God. Now, did I
hate those? Sorry. What were you saying?
No, go ahead, brother.
You know what I can't stand is worse than leftists? I cannot stand weak ass bitches on the right. Like, we dealt with some of that. So there was one of our events got shut down because the people from like the college Republicans or whatever it was didn't get the permits they had to get. So the leftists in masks were able to just shout us down, and there's nothing we could do. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go over and talk to the crazy bitches, at least make the most of this. And so this bitch, he looks like the worst type of old school Republican, like the George W. Bush type Republican, the country club Republican in his suit and tie. And he's like, no, you shouldn't go over there because we want to take the higher road and make an example. I'm like, I don't believe in the high road. So I go over there. And these bitches are nuts. They're in masks. They're like 300-400 pounds, screaming, you're Nazis, fascists, all this. So finally, as we're leaving, I turn to exit, and I hear this fucking country club Republican in the suit say, I'm going to go over there and shake their hands and thank them for participating in our democracy. I hate that shit. I'm like, these people want you dead. Trust me.
Thank you.
And you're going to shake their hand for our democracy. Just the fact that you said our democracy.
Okay. The days of like, if I honestly thought, and you and I have talked about this before, if I honestly thought that we could agree in principle, but disagree on the particulars, okay, then I might understand, George W. wannabe's position. Okay. I'm going to go shake their hand and thank them for participating. No, we don't agree on shit.
No.
These people want you dead. They want you eliminated. I'll never forget Roger Stone's great line. And he said this to Viva Frei one time. He said, when I got into politics, I wanted to defeat my opponents. And that's it. He said the difference today versus when I got in, he said today my political opponents not only want to defeat me, they want to destroy me.
Mm-hmm. Who was
And
it that said, I think it might have been Michael Malice, that he was like, they want you dead, but they'll settle for your submission.
yeah. Oh, that's a great line. And it does sound like something Malice would say.
Yeah.
Absolutely true.
No, but, it's true. And I've seen it firsthand. Like, unfortunately, this last year, a good friend of mine died, and he wasn't any sort of internet person. He had an account on X,
sure,
but he didn't do what we do or anything. And they found some tweets of his about the Hamas that he was for Israel. And by the tens of thousands, these people like defaced his memorial so badly, his family had to take it down, like nonstop tweets at me, at his fiance, at anyone who knew him. Like, these people are scum. I ain't shaking their hand over shit.
Oh my God. Oh jeez. Well, it sounds like
I'll stay alive just to fucking spite them.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, in case you were wondering if Mike has any takes on what's going on in the world these days, let the first 5 minutes of this live stream put that to rest. There's a reason why I asked this cat to come on here among so many others.
I might not, though, because like I've been cheating on politics with writing lately. So you're gonna have to. I've been a little out of the loop. You're gonna have to catch me up, as you already do.
You told me about 2 or 3 topics that you want to talk about, and one of them I was like, "Oh yeah, we got to get into this because I know you and Carrie Smith. Carrie's been on all over this one topic."
Well, I just got back from Texas. I spent a week with her. So we were like in the car bitching about this shit.
Oh God. So yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, before I throw it to you for the first topic, we have a section of our show that we call the Merry Memes, which, are provided to us mostly by our good friend WWG1 over there on the Rumble side, and by one of our crazy Canadian followers, Adam, from the Great North. And we'll start with that. And when people started to find out that you were going to be here this evening, they sent me memes. I swear, Mike, I think they had you in mind, or they had us in mind, one way or the other. And you know what? This first one I'm going to throw up there. This one just is so true of us, because one of these days we're going to be sitting in a bar and having drinks, and someone's going to point at the 2 old. Look at those 2 old drunks sitting across the bar from us. That's less than 10 years. And then you're going to look at me and go, that's a mirror, dipshit.
That is so us. That is so us.
Oh, yeah. I read that. Now. Yeah. Somebody knew Mikey was coming tonight. That's all I'm saying.
Great.
Oh, goodness me. All right. What else do we have in the way of the Merry Memes this evening? Let me see. Oh, yes. Now, this one, I do have to say, somebody had you specifically in mind on this one, because, no. I think you're going to really enjoy this one. And matter of fact, I'm just going to let it speak for itself. And Mike, feel free after you read this to make whatever comments about it you like, because like I said, they had you in mind when they found out you were coming on. So, and actually, it's a fairly good resemblance of you, actually. I don't know if
how fucking dare you? You bitch.
My God, I haven't had you on here in 7 months, and inside of 10 minutes, you already call me a bitch. You bastard.
I say with love.
Oh, well, that's true. Okay, that is true. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I saw this and I went, oh, somebody knew Mikey was definitely coming when they put this one up.
That is so true. I feel seen, as they say.
Well, there you go. All right. What else have we got? Oh, my goodness. Oh, well, here's one for you. Mike, I know that you have heard about a psychological condition that's usually referred to as Stockholm Syndrome.
I think I've had it in quite a few of my relationships.
The syndrome where basically the person who is kidnapped tends to start feeling a strong psychological bond or attachment to the person who did the kidnapping. Well, I don't know if this next one necessarily applies directly to Stockholm Syndrome, but you know what? This one's just too good not to share, because, wow, that's, Maybe,
Oh, that's
maybe
amazing.
Greta said this to somebody for all I know. I mean,
Oh, that's amazing. Did you see all these fucking douchebags now suddenly love her because she's in with the Hamasos? Like Andrew Tate and shit is
oh
like, oh, I have
god,
so much respect for Greta.
oh god,
Fuck off.
who was it? Who was it I saw earlier today used AI and had a meme of Andrew Tate and Greta Thunberg like they
Ugh.
were at a wedding ceremony.
Ugh, how's that for a gruesome twosome?
Ugh, no shit. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of like you. I was like, oh my god, hey, oh, hey. Shoo.
Yeah, see.
Now, brother, you know that you know what month this is, right? You do realize we got to talk about this. The holy month of obligation. I'm getting absolutely nothing but deer in the headlights from you right now. You
I hate it. I hate that I had forgotten that it was taking place.
No, that's a good sign. You're
That is
getting
a good
over it,
sign. You're
man.
right.
It's
That is a good
recovery.
sign. That is a good sign.
That's a very good sign.
I'm so over it. Yeah, I was on Carrie's show and I was talking about how you had said last year that it seemed less than in previous years. And I was like,
Yeah.
you're right, I didn't think of that. And this year it seems like less than last year. So
Oh,
that's a good thing. That's a good thing,
oh,
but
yeah.
it's still too damn much for me.
Oh, I agree with you. I agree. But there are places in the world. There are places in the world where, Pride Month is still being celebrated. And however, I'm not so sure that you want to go to this place to celebrate. Look, I mean, I know
That's
that
how
we're
I'm
all
gonna
about.
celebrate it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know we're all about the rainbow colors, but I think the Saudis are taking this just a little bit too far. I could be wrong about that, but
I would
yeah.
celebrate Pride Month by sending all the Hamasos there, all the queers for Palestine, all those bitches. Send them there. You love the Middle East and radical fundamentalist Islam so badly. Go. I'll buy your ticket.
Very true. And Lana, I have seen a bunch of these already. The baby AI videos. Oh God, Mike, these things are all over the freaking internet right now.
Did you see, by the way, Sesame Street?
I heard about this. Holy crap. We can
Huh.
get into that tonight if you want to, brother. I mean, that's just, that is so over the top. Jeez. Oh, my Lord. Ugh. Crazy. Oh, my goodness. Hello, Miss Jessica.
Hey.
Hello, girl. Oh, let's see. All right. One more. Well, a couple more. And these are pretty good. Actually, this next one kind of relates again to the holy month of obligation. No, I take that back. You do realize that, Mike, we're right on the 5-year anniversary of the untimely death of a true civil rights leader in George Floyd.
Oh, yes. Our Lady of Fentanyl.
Yes, Our Lady of Fentanyl, the great saint. And people have been trying to figure out how to appropriately celebrate or at least memorialize the passing of George Floyd. Well, one company has come up with a fairly good idea that at least mixes Americana and summertime and a decent remembrance for George Floyd. And they've come up with a really good idea. And actually, I think, do what?
Is it drug induced?
No, it's very Americana. It has to do with cookouts. I mean, can you imagine getting the new George Floyd grill? Can you imagine getting the new George Floyd grill and having one of these babies on your back porch while you're making hamburgers and hot dogs?
I love it.
I mean, I think they're having trouble with the lid though. For some reason, they just can't get things to stay down.
It's like the burgers can't breathe.
Yeah, or something like that. Well, maybe they're doing it as a way to enhance the flavor of the hamburgers.
The meat was already dead.
That could be. Could be. I mean, we don't know. We just don't know with these things.
You got to read the cow's autopsy.
I tell you. Well, oh my God. All right, one more. We'll get down to business here now. Everybody around the world, but particularly in Europe, and Mike, as a man of the world, I know that you're well versed on this subject. nations in Europe have been trying to figure out ways, what do you do about the migrant crisis? All these refugees from all over the world that are coming to Germany and France, Great Britain, etc. Well, I think somebody has managed to figure out a way to dissuade them from crossing, oceans and seas and bodies of water to try to get to their what they think is going to be their newfound home. And I don't know, man. This might just be the way
amazing
to dissuade these people from crossing over.
That's great.
I'm just saying. So, all right. As always, we thank WWG1. We thank Dave. We thank everybody for their contributions to the memes. And as always, before we ever do a live stream, if you've got a meme that you think is, you want to put in and say, hey, Brian, grab this one, throw it up there. Let's see what everybody likes of it. Feel free to throw it in. So that's the Merry Meme section of the show. I've got a fabulous co-host in the legendary Mike Harlow. All right, brother. Floor is yours. What do you want to talk about?
Should we have a reading from the Book of Greenwald?
The Book of Greenwald, you say? Pray, what is this book that you refer to, my friend?
Oh, just, some might call them romantic texts, maybe. It's a classic story of boy meets hooker, just some toe sucking and such.
Now, this Greenwald you refer to, this wouldn't be the journalist Glenn Greenwald, is it?
Well, it would be.
No, well.
If George Floyd is Our Lady of Fentanyl, what's Glenn Greenwald? Our Lady of Toe Sucking? Our Lady of the Feather Duster.
Oh, God. Okay, you know what?
Before we get into it, though, what is wrong with people is what I want to know. What is wrong with people? Now, here's the thing. I never even call myself a conservative. I'm a whatever. I don't want to be expected to fit in anyone's boxes. I don't call myself anything. So why is it that I am constantly more conservative than the most conservative of the conservatives? Because you have all the conservative heroes saying oh, what's a little toe sucking? Sometimes you just gotta hire a hooker, get on your knees in a feather duster and a French maid's outfit, light up the crack pipe with the kids nearby and go to town.
Now look, I full disclosure here. I have heard about this video that's floating around.
I've seen it.
Okay, now all right, now all enthusiasms and emotion aside, how bad is this thing?
Bad.
I mean, okay, so everything you're describing, he's cross-dressing in this thing, he's smoking crack, and
he has a Palestine thing that he's wearing on his French maid's outfit. Also, here's the thing too. Oh, sorry, no, you go. I was cutting you off.
No, go ahead, brother, go ahead.
Here's the thing too, is all these people are oh, it's so terrible, revenge porn, all that. I'm no, that's not what this is. Look, I'm totally against actual cases of revenge porn. Let's say there are two people in a relationship and they break up and one of them posts private, intimate images of someone. They ought to be hung by their balls, go to prison, all of that. That is not what this is. I'm sorry. If you are stupid enough that you hire a hooker to film a video of you smoking crack sucking toes in a French maid's outfit, what do you think is going to happen? I don't feel bad for you, especially when you're not nice to your hookers, which we're going to find out he is not. He nickel and dimes his hookers.
And
threatens them with bad reviews on Hooker Yelp.
Wait a minute. Is this part of the Book of Greenwald that you're referring to?
Part of the Book of Greenwald.
Now, wait a minute, Lana. Now, come on now. Now, wait a minute. What do you mean, of course, Mikey's seen this video?
I'm the person who looks at the car wreck. I can't look away. I didn't enjoy seeing it, believe me.
Oh, my.
I have the opposite of a foot fetish. I have a foot phobia. I don't want to see anyone's nasty feet. I don't understand the toe sucking.
Yeah, well, okay. All right, well, hang on. I will pop up what you sent me a little bit earlier, so...
Oh, yeah. So wait, let me set it up real quick.
Okay. All right. Set it up.
Everyone is talking about the video. This apparently has been going on for years with him, though. So I found his messages. So there's apparently some sort of hooker message board type thing. And someone uncovered all of his posts on there. And whoo, boy, I wish I was this creative.
Now, and just on the off chance that people watching this live stream do not know what Mike and I are referring to, Glenn Greenwald, a very respected journalist, and has been accused of being right-leaning for some time now, although I think mostly his writing's like straight down the middle, except maybe on the question of Israel. He gets a little bit way off the reservation.
Which is why a lot of people are defending him now.
Exactly. Well, Glenn, a video came out showing him, as Mike says, cross-dressing, smoking crack, having his toes sucked by a hooker. I've also heard questions about fluids and just some truly.
I didn't watch that much of it. M1. I skimmed briefly. Oh no!
Truly,
it's like, you're a dirty little slut. Send me money, and he does it. He sends him like $2,000. He goes into Venmo and he's like, "I'm a dirty little slut. Here's $2,000." And I'm like, I really went into the wrong field. I missed my calling. I would have been a great hooker.
And Gypsy, this is an absolutely great question. I have no idea. I don't get it. I mean, look.
And meanwhile, who is the last person on the right to not have a sex scandal? Me.
And he's trying to, folks. Really, he'd love to have one.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
I know. Absolutely awful. TBA asked the question, how old was Glenn when this happened? No, this happened just recently.
It happened.
Yeah, in the past.
We're gonna bring up, the hooker posts are old, but they're
because Glenn Greenwald is what, in his late 30s, early 40s, somewhere in there.
No.
Okay, hang on. Now I got to find out. Hang on, because
I swear, if you tell me, oh my god, wait.
Inquiring minds have got to know.
No, he's got to be like pushing 60.
I'm not shocked if he is.
It ain't the years.
God, if you're not close, he's 58.
Okay, good. I swear, if you were going to tell me he's like 30, I'd have a heart attack.
Okay. All right. So anyway, go ahead.
What pisses me off is that there are just zero standards for gay people. It is infuriating. Like, this bitch posted on X, she was like, "Oh, this is just gay men being gay men." Fuck you, lady. Like, it's worse than the bigotry of low expectations. It's like the expectation of low expectations. It is.
I know gay men who are part of a couple or they're married and they have way more standards than to do something like what Glenn Greenwald did.
I feel like there aren't, especially in terms of like the alphabet community. It's like you're encouraged to be like, there's nothing out of the ordinary about this in their minds. And now to see how many conservatives are on board with that view is crazy.
Yeah, it's true. And TBA over on Rumble says, wait, a 50-year-old straight man was out rocking this stuff, and I'm sorry, how is this my business? No, that's just it. It's nobody's business. I'm
forced to watch it, it becomes my business. He retweeted it.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And that's the setup. So from the Book of Greenwald, let me find it here.
I have to hear this. You guys do now too. Here's the first one.
Go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna have a dramatic reading, y'all.
All right.
Hey, Rick, I'm definitely going to have to hire you. It's always been one of my fantasies to take a girl doll and shove it into a guy's asshole, feet first, and have only the top of the girl's head and long hair sticking out of the asshole, and then have the guy crawl around barking and wagging his tail, which is really the doll's hanging hair, while I yank on it and step on it and braid it and then set it on fire.
Oh my god.
Creative. I almost wish I were that creative. Which doll would you try that for? The Bratz dolls. What are you supposed to Barbie?
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Now
here's the part that gets me, and this is something that Carrie's been absolutely, our mutual friend Carrie Smith from Deprogram. Check out her channel because she's just awesome. And she's right. Is like, people are like, oh, Glenn, I still respect Glenn. I still respect. Whoa. This guy's degenerate. BS. I don't care if he's on the right or not. Supposedly, whatever you want to call being on the right, this guy's a degenerate. Okay, whether he posted this thing or not, that doesn't matter. This is just behavior you do not engage in. Don't give me the whole
think to engage in it, though.
Well, that's a good
Would
point.
it ever enter your mind? I want to shove a doll up your ass and braid her hair hanging out of your asshole and then light it on fire.
I mean, who knows? Well, depending on whether you're using an aerosol can nearby or not, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry.
I need Mythbusters to test this out.
Yeah. Now, here's where I come down on this. Am I going to necessarily stop reading Glenn Greenwald's columns going forward that he writes? No, not necessarily. Am I going to absolutely understand going forward? Oh, and first of all, I didn't even have any idea that Glenn Greenwald was gay before all this shit happened. I didn't know. Had no idea. Okay. But, now I'm going to, every time I look at something that Glenn Greenwald does, be it online or he's doing an interview with somebody or whatever, you know what's going to go through my mind? Oh.
He wants to stick a doll up your asshole, braid her hair, and light it on fire.
Yeah, or things to that effect. Who knows what other kinky little... Oh, my God, this guy.
This is what pisses me off, though, is that, for example, that woman who's banging thousands of dudes a day. You know who I'm talking about?
Right. Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Every single person looks at that and goes, wow, how pathetic. Wow, that's really sad. Wow, that's a cautionary tale. But the moment that it's from a gay person, there are no expectations of any sort of baseline decency. It's like, oh, well, it's no one's business. No one cares. No, it's fucking degenerate. And it pisses me off on so many levels because it's like you people wanted gay marriage, so this could be your marriage. You wanted gay adoption, so this could be the way that you're a father. Fuck these people.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
And nobody will call that out for what it is.
Yeah, true. Okay. Well, I mean, okay.
I mean, other than like you and Carrie, and some people will.
Knew he was gay, didn't know how kinky he was. Okay, well, hell, at this point, I don't think anybody had any idea how kinky he was. Jeez. Oh my God. It's like...
And also, let me find the next one. Also, people are saying, oh, it's for political reasons probably that someone put this out. I don't think so. I think he just nickel and dimes his hookers. Oh, and by the way, if you read all these messages that he posted, like there are things about pedophilia, there are things about bestiality, there are things about wanting to hire hookers that look like 14-year-olds. And we're supposed to say that this isn't degenerate. Why? Because he's gay. And what
Thank you.
Also, what pisses me off so fucking much is that people like me have to be painted with the same brush as people like this. Like, I've literally had it happen that I posted, ooh, I'm cooking dinner for my boyfriend tonight, and get comments like, you're perverted, you're that. And those are the same people making excuses for this. It's just so selective. It's such bullshit.
Yeah, no, I agree. And the thing, and I'll agree with Gypsy on this one. Yeah, I'm like you. Don't want to know. But on the other hand, this got thrown out in the ether for some strange reason.
We didn't go looking for it.
Yeah, exactly. TBA over on Rumble says, "Are we sure this is a real Glenn Greenwald and not some?" No, Glenn admitted to this. He admitted to all of
messages came from his email account, and if you look at all of the posts, he'll be talking about like foreign policy in Iran in one post, and then braiding doll's hair and lighting it on fire up your ass.
No. I mean, he came out on Glenwald came out on Twitter, and he said, "Yeah, this was me. I did this,
and I'm not ashamed." That's what he said.
Yeah.
I have no shame about this. I have no doubt. You should. Fuck Pride Month. We need Shame Month. These people, they are all pride, no shame. Bring back shame. You're not ashamed. You have young children. You're smoking crack and sucking hookers' toes. And God, am I crazy? Am I crazy? Is it me?
No.
Am I so out of touch that an old-fashioned and like...
no, I mean, not at all. I mean, it just unbelievable. And like I said, will I continue to read Glenn Greenwald's columns? Yeah, probably so. Am I going to agree with him on everything? No, and don't agree with anybody who writes, no matter who they are. But going forward, I'm never going to be able to look at this again. I'm never going to be able to look at his stuff the same way again, because that is going to be the first thing that goes through my brain. Oh, crap.
You know, he wants to get out the Bratz dolls.
Oh, jeez.
Pull up, though, the last message in that.
All right.
Fourth one. I swear this is why the video came out. I swear. I guess the moral of the story.
Okay, hang on.
Don't.
Now, how just one question. Okay, let me do one quick proof run through this thing. Okay, all right. This isn't okay. All right, give me a second here, folks.
Less,
yeah, less, way less. Okay,
but I think it explains a lot.
All right, Mike, I'll let you do the dramatic reading on this one.
Can you zoom in? I'm blind. Oh wait, I can.
Okay,
zoom in.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm blind.
That's all right.
I definitely found that using the threat of a negative review on this site to escorts makes them much more cooperative and accommodating. So it turns out that there are basically like Yelp reviews for hookers. A few weeks ago, I was with an escort who had a relatively high hourly rate, $250. At the end of the hour, he said, "Do you want to stay another hour or call it quits?" I wanted neither of those options. I wanted to stay for another half hour and not be charged more. By the way, let me say, he's not really doing a whole lot to improve the reputation of the Jews right now. This is the most Jewish thing to ever happen. He's trying to negotiate with his whores.
Oh my God. Like I said, folks, you never quite know what's going to come out of either one of our mouths. That's all I'm saying.
So I said, I'd like to stay another 30 minutes or so thrown into the first hour. And when he looked a little befuddled, I said, "You wouldn't want a review posted on
Who boy? Who boy is the... Oh my God.
on Hoop. On Hoop.
Breathe, Mikey, breathe. That's all.
Because the Yelp for hookers has a name.
Who boy? Oh my God.
The name is Who Boy. Sorry.
Pull it together there, son. Pull it together.
Bad review posted on Who Boy. Complaining about what a clock watcher you are, would you? It worked like a charm. He said, "No problem, you can stay." And I then had sex with him for a full extra hour without any charge past the first hour. Another time, I was with a super hot escort and I wanted to be rimmed.
Oh,
Since
God.
then, I'm not normally in the mood for that with escorts. I don't ask in advance if he does it, but this escort had a hot okay, I didn't really need to read that paragraph. However, the gist of it, the thesis of this is he's nickel and diming his hookers. He probably did that to the wrong hooker who he had filming him sucking the toes, smoking the crack, and that is what happened. I don't buy this bullshit. Oh, it was the Jews and it was Israel and they were all in on it with the hooker. No, he did that. He found a hooker, wanted the extra hour of toe sucking for free, had the hooker film him doing all this shit, and then he told the hooker, "If you don't give me an extra hour of the toe sucking, you're gonna get a bad review on Who Boy."
Oh my Lord.
And that's what happened.
And you know, and it's like you and Carrie and others have said, you got people on the political right who are just absolutely defending Greenwald to the hilt. And I'm sorry, if the shoe were on the other foot and this had happened to, let's say, Hunter Biden or anybody on the Democrat side or any liberal journalist, they'd get roasted by folks on the right. Nope, he's one of ours. We got to defend him. I'm sorry. It cuts both ways, baby. Either you call degeneracy what it is for where it is, or you don't. One of the two. You can't have it both ways. I'm sorry. You know.
And I 100%. There are so few people who just have universal principles, and there are so few people who say wow, that's a bad thing. That's something you should be ashamed of.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's like once someone is gay, all standards go out the window. Because the gay culture is like Alice in Wonder. It's like upside down land, where anything that is universally viewed as positive, healthy, productive values are the things that are shunned to them. And anything that's toxic, degenerate, or self-destructive are the things that are applauded, lauded, the things you should have no shame for. It is sick. Like, just for me, my entire life of date, there is nothing amongst gay people that I have had to feel more ashamed of and hide and conceal more than just wanting to find love, wanting a relationship, wanting to get married someday. Those are the things you need to like suppress and hide and feel ashamed of, but not this. This is the shit that you'll be applauded for. And it's fucking infuriating.
Oh yeah. And you know, and then you and I have had this discussion, Tracy Barkley and I have had this discussion, and others. How many, you know, gays and lesbians just simply want to live their lives quietly and just go about their normal life and not get dragged through all this, which is part of the reason why Pride Month, particularly for gays and lesbians, is just such a month of aggravation, because it's like, this is not us. This is not what we want to be. We just simply want to live our lives, be treated the same as everyone else, and go about our business. Instead, we've got everybody taking what it is that we are and absolutely running it through the mud and turning it into something that we don't want it to be. And Greenwald is definitely not helping the cause here. That's for daggone sure.
M1 in the chat at the bottom made a really good point, because we didn't even pull it up, but you look at his other messages, like I said, it's all about young boys and shit. I wonder if part of that is that boys are seen as more disposable than girls are. Anytime a little girl is kidnapped, it's national news, but we allow shit like this to happen to little boys and no one really gives a shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's just, God, Glenn, I just, oh my God.
Ooh,
OMG on so many levels with this.
That's all I have to say. Hoo boy.
Hoo boy. Hoo boy. Oh God.
They could not have chosen a more accurate title for that site.
Oh my God. Ugh.
I can't believe they have Yelp for hookers.
Dude, this is America. We've got Yelp for everything. Are you kidding me? What are you nuts? Of course we got a Yelp for hookers.
I wonder what the reviews like, you know, 3.5 stars, good toe sucking, bad crack smoking.
You know.
That's what I commented. I was thinking, I was like, did you get your extra hour of toe sucking for free?
Jeez. Oh my God. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first topic of the night.
It's only going to be downhill from here. I love you.
I love you. I absolutely love you too, brother. Bam. All right. Well, folks, we're going to do our first commercial here. I was going to use the word transition, but no, I'm not doing that tonight. I know who my guest is. We are doing our first commercial of the night. Mr. Harlow, where may people find you on social media if they wish to get this kind of scintillating conversation and commentary from you all the time and follow whatever you're doing and support you in whatever ways they can?
You can find me on the YouTubes at Mike Harlow. I haven't been doing a whole lot with it lately, but I'm doing more. I just booked my dream guest, my number one dream, other than you, of course, my number one dream guest who I've wanted to have on for years. A week from Friday will be on Microaddressed.
Can you give us at least one clue?
Up.
Okay. Up. Okay. All right. We'll just leave it right there.
Clue. But maybe somebody will. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Well, by the way, folks, I took the liberty of putting all of the links to Mike's social media in the description for the YouTube live stream tonight and Rumble. And let me tell you something. Getting a hold of this cat is not real hard because you can find him everywhere. Daggone, he's on Instagram, he's on Patreon, he's on Facebook, he's everywhere. The dude is like the king of all media. It's ridiculous.
Someone so get out there over for that little sellout bitch Howard Stern.
Dude, somebody's got to take over for that sellout bitch Howard Stern because he's ready to hang it up. It's just ridiculous. But
also,
Yes.
I don't know how many of you, because I feel like your viewers are people with taste, unlike me. So I don't know how many of you guys watched Sex in the City back in the day. However, they came out with the reboot, and just like that, that is the worst, wokest, most horrible piece of shit to ever exist. So with my locals and Patreon subscribers, we are doing hate watch parties every week. The next one is tomorrow, right when the new episode comes out. I got this guy on one of them last week or
And
last
I
week.
still haven't forgiven, and I still haven't forgiven you for it, you rat bastard.
So join my locals or Patreon and join the hate watch party. The next one's tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Oh my goodness. Well, and in the meanwhile, as you chase down all of Mike's links to sign up to him on Twitter, on Rumble.
Oh yeah, and I'm not Mike Harlow on X, Twitter, whatever.
Indeed. And while you're chasing down all his links, you can always find me on YouTube and on Rumble at the Front Porch Conservative. You can also find me on Twitter at the Front Porch C1. Please come and check me out. I would genuinely and greatly appreciate it.
You guys better do that. Subscribe to his stuff, super chat him, do all the stuff, because this man is the best.
Thank you, Mike. I love you, brother. I absolutely love you. Well, Mike, you knew it was going to happen sooner or later. You get that many egos in the room, that many agendas floating around, and you knew sooner or later it was all going to come to a loggerhead. You have no doubt heard about Elon Musk currently being on the warpath.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I've never trusted him, so I'm not surprised.
Well, but see, I've got a whole bunch of mixed thoughts about this whole thing, and I'll set this up.
Let me say, by the way, like I said, I've been very out of the loop with the news, so I have no opinion. I don't know the intricacies of this bill. If it's good, if it's bad, you got to catch me up. I don't know shit, basically.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, we'll do just that. I'm going to start with an article from Axios.com, and I think this is going to get you up to speed faster than anything else. This is written by a reporter named Zachary Basu. Headline: Musk blasts Trump's signature bill as disgusting abomination. Now, this started...
Talk to him about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Elon Musk unloaded on President Trump's signature tax and spending bill Tuesday, declaring that he could no longer stay silent on what he calls a, quote, disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it. Now, I got some mixed thoughts on this whole thing. And you know me, I'm never one to not give my opinion. If Elon's got a problem with this, it's a problem of Elon's own making. And I'll tell you why. Elon kept telling people, oh yeah, we can find $1.5 trillion, $2 trillion of savings in the budget, yada, yada, yada. So, okay, so he and the Doge boys get turned loose in the government. Well, $1 trillion gets pared down to about 900 billion. Then it gets pared down to 500 billion. Then 100 billion. And smaller and smaller and smaller with everything. Now, okay, I'll grant you the one big beautiful bill, as Trump likes to call it, is a vehicle to get certain things done. Make the tax cuts permanent. Also put in no tax on tips, overtime, Social Security, that sort of thing. I get it. Also try to reduce some spending, which they're doing a shitty job of in the current version they've got. I grant you all that. And I also grant that it's not necessarily a vehicle to enact the Doge cuts, whatever they may be. But there's more going on here than what is people leading, because nobody can quite figure out why the hell is Elon just absolutely going ape shit about all this. Well, there's another article from Axios that kind of does a wonderful explanation on this, because people are like, I don't get it. I thought Elon and Trump are friends. I don't think this is so much about Trump. This is about people around Trump. This is about the Congress. And this article, and this came out, was it Monday night or it was yesterday, Tuesday evening. And it's written by a guy named Mike Caputo. And he said there's 4 reasons why Elon right now is on such a tear with this. And most of it has to do with disagreements. Number one, Elon wanted to make sure there was a an electric car credit that stayed in the one big beautiful bill. Well, that got stripped out. Number two, Elon wanted to go beyond the 130-day roll, and the White House said, "Nah, we're not going to let you do that." The other thing that really got him was do what?
The 100-day roll for what?
Yeah, there's a rule that says if you are a special government employee, you can be there 130 days and either have it renewed or, go on down the road. Well, the White House basically said, well, you're going down the road. The third reason that people think that Elon's on such a tear right now is Elon wanted first crack at overhauling the FAA's air traffic control system because he wanted to use Starlink. And, the FAA said, no, we can't really do that. We need to have some type of a different system. But the last one, and this may be the one that finally set Elon over the edge, at least according to Mike Caputo's reporting, that the interim director of NASA, or at least the guy who was nominated, a guy named Jared Isaacman, was an Elon Musk ally. Well, over the weekend, the Trump White House announced they were pulling the nomination. So you take all that together, at least this is Mike Caputo's theory of the case, and he's like, yeah, this is why this isn't about the one big beautiful bill. Elon's just pissed because he couldn't get certain things the way he wanted it.
Yeah.
And now you got Republican congressmen and Republican senators, and they're like, I don't understand why Elon's guys, I'm not saying you should give Elon Musk everything he wants, nor should he get everything he wants. Because I'm sorry, Elon might be, helpful to the political right, but he's still got his own agenda and he still wants things a certain way for himself.
Yep.
But this is one bear you ought not poke real hard because this one could maul you badly.
Yeah.
I mean, now don't get me wrong. Most of the Republicans in Congress, I can't stand. And right now, your boy, Lindsey Graham, I know how much you love him.
My boy. Hey.
Yeah, hey.
Don't talk badly about Lindsey Graham. She is a very classy lady. She is a national treasure.
And looks great in heels, by the way. I've heard.
She does.
I have heard that, yes. Your boy.
Just a bachelor. She just has not found the right lady yet.
I guess. But, yeah, I mean, most of the people in Congress on the Republican side, I have little to no use for anyway. But yeah, this is a bear you ought not poke. Now, I totally agree with Gypsy on this one. The way this bill's currently written right now, it's awful. There's no spending cuts in it. Not really. And I mean, most of the spending cuts are like years 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out. Why can't we just cut the spending and take it back to what we had pre-COVID? That'd be a nice start. How about that? So
the reality of the situation is that there is just virtually nobody who actually cares about debt and the spending. Everyone pretends to when they're not in power, but you could count on one hand, maybe like Ross Perot, Ron Paul, Rand Paul, maybe Thomas Massey, maybe. That's it. I can't think of more than 5 people who actually give a shit about the debt.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with you. And the worst part about it is Rand Paul is out there saying, hey, there's no way I can vote for this thing. There's no real cutting in this thing. And everyone's like, oh, I can't believe you're going up against Trump. Hey, guys, I'm sorry. He's right. He's absolutely right. So this, but then again, and I still go back to it. If Elon doesn't like what's going on, this is partially Elon's own fault that he's finding himself on the outs with Trump and his people. Because you kept telling everybody, yeah, we can find $1 trillion of savings in the budget. We can find $1.5 trillion. And then it just gets pared down. And, I mean, I've heard stories about cabinet meetings and the cabinet officers were getting pissed off with Musk. And, especially, and this was also, well, he didn't put this in the report, but the author of that article, Mark Caputo, was like, the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, is like, you told everybody $1 trillion in cuts. Where are they? I mean, and Bessent's one of those guys, he normally doesn't get mad.
Yeah.
Normally when you see him, he's very, very calm, very level-headed. Apparently behind closed doors, he got real chirpy with Elon Musk, which is perfectly fine by me. You can't promise one thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me.
Oh, totally.
Goes, but
Yeah, totally and absolutely. So, we'll see where all this goes. I mean, personally, I hope this, and I cannot believe I'm saying this. I hope the Senate Republicans actually do better with this than the House did. And normally it's the other way around. When the Senate does something, I get worried, and I hope the House can correct it. But, we'll see what happens out of all this. But right now, it's fairly interesting to sit back and watch this shit show go down.
yeah,
So yeah.
fucking
So,
mess. I read that there isn't a whole lot of hope for it in the Senate, so hopefully.
well, we'll see what happens. So
When did it go to the Senate? I thought it was today.
they passed it out of the House before, I want to say it's before, it's before Memorial Day. It was like the Thursday or Friday before.
I thought I read it was
Memorial Day.
going to the Senate on the 4th.
Okay, well, they may be holding their first set of meetings in the Budget Committee on the 4th, but the House passed it out before they left on the Memorial Day recess, and now the Senate's just starting to take it up. So it'll probably be the next few days and weeks before we start getting an idea what they want to do with it. They're trying to get this thing done before July 4th. I don't know, man, because not only does the Senate have to pass it, any change they make, they have to go to a reconciliation committee, or I should say a conference committee between the two houses, iron out the differences, and then report it out. And then they take a straight up or down vote on whatever they come out with. So I don't know that this gets done by July 4th.
No,
to be perfectly honest, I'll be shocked if it does.
Slow.
Exactly. So, well, that's my topic. And with that, I will toss it back over the net to you, my friend. What else is on your mind that you want to get into tonight?
Did you see this bullshit? Oh, I think I sent it in the private chat.
Okay, hang on. Let me find. Yeah, you sent me a link. Hang on a minute.
Oh, but I have another one though.
Okay.
Well, you can pull that up, but yeah.
All right. Well, talk amongst yourselves, folks. We're going to work out some minor things here. Give me 1 second.
I'm pulling this up. Here, I got it. Okay, I got it. Sorry, I'm bad at multitasking.
Oh, oh my goodness, is this what I think it is?
Yep.
This is it?
Yep. The only thing as perverse as toe sucking hookers.
Okay, let's get into this. The post from the Sesame Street Twitter account. Okay, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Yeah, folks, Sesame Street is one of those places left in corporate America where they still want to take a deep dive into Pride Month. And I think, check it out. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
I hate it.
Yeah, on our street,
everyone is welcome.
Yeah. Oh, I can feel the gag coming up in my throat. It's like,
and not for Glenn Greenwald reasons. Sorry, I had to. It was right there.
Yeah, it's low hanging fruit, folks. Right. He went for it. Oh my gosh.
They had to deface the Muppets.
Oh, and not just that. And I've heard about this clip. I have not listened to it myself. But who was it? I forget who had posted this, but a very oh God, I can't even find it now. There was someone who went on Sesame Street and made a very lewd reference, something to the effect of, "Let me show you my big cookie." And yeah, oh yeah, something to that effect. And I'm like, oh, you did not just do that on television on Sesame Street. You tell me you didn't do this. Oh my God.
What is wrong with these people?
Hang on a minute. What going back to our previous topic, did you see that MT Green said she missed something in the bill? Swalwell slapped back at her about not reading the bill. Oh no, I did not see this. Did not see this. But if somebody's got a link, you know us. Shoot the link to us. I am all for popcorn entertainment. Throw it at me. So
I saw someone asked her about Elon, but I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
know.
know.
You be having none of that shit.
Oh, I know. I mean, there's a rescission bill up in front of the House right now that cuts funding to Corporation for Public Broadcasting. I'm like, yeah, okay, please, by all means, if this is what Sesame Street's going to do, shut the money off.
Yeah.
Be my guest. Oh my God, just absolutely incredible.
They've always been propaganda, but it's definitely gotten worse.
Oh, it's gotten way worse.
I mean, and
way worse.
Kids that watch Sesame Street. I mean, these are fucking toddlers that they're
talking
shit to.
Well, but and this goes to something you and I've talked about. Carrie's talked about this. Gothics. I mean, so many different people. It's like, look, if you want to get into a discussion about these issues with adults, fine.
Yeah.
Leave the kids out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, please protect their innocence. But no, can't do that. Oh, no. Oh, speaking of which, talking about innocence or innocence lost, did you see where the Navy is going to rename the USS Harvey Milk to something else?
Really?
You hadn't heard about
the USS Harvey Milk? Like, God, that's got to be like the Village People ship. That's got to be like the In the Navy ship where they're all a little light in the loafers.
No. True story. This, matter of fact, I had the link. I thought you would have heard about this one, but hang on a second here. Give me a second. Yeah, yesterday.
Warship.
Oh, yeah, well, those sailors got to go somewhere to get some relief. Give me a second here and I'll pop this up for you. Yeah, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth yesterday announced that the United States Navy would be renaming the USS Harvey Milk. Matter of fact, here's a story from NBC News. Navy to rename United States naval ship Harvey Milk, named for LGBTQ rights pioneer. Milk, who served in the Navy during the Korean War, became one of the country's first openly gay elected officials.
And he was a fucking creep.
Oh, yeah.
Out of the movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff in Harvey's past that
they don't include dating minors.
Oh, yeah. Navy vessel named after celebrated gay rights activist and veteran Harvey Milk will no longer carry his name. NBC News confirmed with the United States Navy that USNS Harvey Milk, a fleet replenishment oiler, okay, seems wholly appropriate, I suppose, will be renamed. No reason was given. The news comes during Pride Month, the dedicated time to acknowledge and celebrate.
During the holy month of obligation.
Oh, yeah. After years of devoted activism in San Francisco and across California, Milk became one of the country's first openly gay elected officials, winning a position of the California Board of Supervisors in 1977. And there's a picture of old Harvey. And you might remember that Sean Penn portrayed him in the film Milk a few years back.
Like Buffalo Bill.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Robert. Yeah. Yeah. I'll let you answer this one, Mikey. Wasn't Harvey?
He was a perv. He was dating minors. He was doing a whole lot of shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. And I like. All right. Good.
What he's a pioneer for? Of what? What did he do? He got killed. God rest his soul. At all. Like nobody should be killed. But like, what exactly did he do? He won an election, and what?
I agree with you. I mean, okay, he lived, he breathed, and this we name a Navy ship after him. Why? I mean, seriously? Crazy. Oh, I know, absolutely crazy, brother. Absolutely crazy.
That's got to be the gay ship, though. That's where the
it is a replenishment oiler, whatever that means.
What that means? He's oilers.
Yeah, he likes his Oilers and his hookers, apparently.
Boy.
Like I said, folks, you have no idea what's going to get ready to come out of our mouths. WWG1 says, hey, I've got an idea for what we should rename it. How about the USS Ham Hock? Has a nice ring to it. Okay, All right, I'll tell you what, guys.
Sounds kind of gay too.
If you have a recommendation,
It sounds like
for
a
what,
sexual position. The ham hock.
well, that'd be a southern sexual position, but I'll have to ask other friends of mine.
Anyway, it's got to be maybe something with lesbians because it sounds like
oh my,
vaginas.
you realize you're going to get a nasty, nasty text message from certain friends of ours, right? You do realize this. I'm not going to mention any names, but you know who it's coming from, right? Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Just okay. All right, I'll tell you what, folks. If you got recommendations for what you think this replenishment oiler should be renamed, please drop them in chat. I'd kind of like to see this.
I like the ham hock because you'll go for something that's like gay dudes to something that sounds like pussy.
Okay. Okay. Robert's got another suggestion.
She were great minds running the same gutter.
Oh Lord, absolutely nuts. Oh my gosh. So yeah, if you got suggestions on this, go right ahead. Drop in a name or a suggestion. We'll be happy to put that up here for you. And in the meanwhile, let me check something because I think Gypsy was in process of finding something. Let me see if hang on. Maybe. Okay, I know she's looking for it right now. Thought maybe not yet, but she'll get there. Oh my goodness, absolutely crazy. All right, what? Okay, I got to ask you since you're here, and I don't have any links pulled up for this or whatever, but the Diddy trial.
Ugh.
Any thoughts on that one, brother? Because I mean, I know you are like all about the pop culture. So
I haven't been keeping up with it, but why do I feel like the bastard's going to get away with it? Or he's going to get a slap on the wrist is what he'll get.
You know, I have heard from a bunch of people who are watching this trial. I have heard from a bunch of people that the prosecutor, who, by the way, is James Comey's daughter. You heard right, boy. That. Oh, yes. It's James Comey's daughter. And by the way, she was the lead prosecutor on Epstein.
Gee.
Yeah, imagine that.
Shady.
Shady as hell, as we say here in the South.
Yeah.
I
get away with that.
I have heard. Good Logic has been following this case, obviously, among other people, because he's been in the courtroom every day for this. Which, by the way, check out Joe Neerman's channel, Good Logic. He's fantastic, covering all matters legal. But he's been in the courtroom every day, and he's like, I can't believe some of the stuff she's doing. I mean, I don't know if he's going to walk, but he's definitely not going to get what he deserves from the sound of it. But again, I'm like you. I'm not necessarily following it every day, but it's like from the people who I do tend to check in on with this stuff, they're like, man, she's letting him get away with murder.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
By design.
Yeah, you got to wonder. You really got to wonder. Absolutely crazy. So, what else is on your mind, brother? I know you came here tonight loaded for bear, so.
Have you guys heard about the thing with this King of the Hill actor?
No. What? Yeah, send me a link.
Find it. So one of the voice actors from that show, King of the Hill, was shot, and it seems like a Jussie Smollett type thing that the left is freaking out. It was a homophobic hate crime, and now everything is slowly starting to come out that it looks like that's a bunch of bullshit. First of all, his husband is a chick, and I'm hearing all this stuff. I was like, the moment I heard this story, I was like, I think there's more to this story than what we're hearing. And now all this shit's coming out. He would start gunfights with the neighbors, and all this shit. Let me find something.
Okay. Now, while he's doing that, I mean, do y'all have a request? Do you want to hear the Jeopardy music while he's finding that, or?
Shut up!
No. I'm not trying to be a smart ass here. I'm just,
yes, you always are. I love, by the way, that all of the places reporting this, you be a smart ass. All of the places reporting this have their comments turned off, so you can't reply to it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, yeah. So much for open dialogue and expression among our friends on the left.
There's something to hide.
Yeah, really. Oh
Oh,
my.
there's a community note on this.
Oh, okay. While he's doing that, Lana says, "I've only had time for one trial. It's got to be Karen Reed. Besides, I can't watch the Diddy case, and I can watch Karen Reed. Joe is good people. Oh, I absolutely agree with that.
Who's Karen Reed?
Guys, you want to get him up to speed on this one?
Yeah.
Okay. What? Well, okay, that's probably true.
Like,
That is probably true. You know." Absolutely. TBA over on Rumble says, just another example of a two-tiered system of justice, talking about what's going on with Diddy. Oh, I don't disagree with you at all on that one. I do not disagree with that at all. Okay. All right. So Mr. Michael has sent me, right. Hang on. Give me a second here. I'll let Michael do some singing while I, oh, by the way, tell people about your grandfather. Speaking of singing.
What about him?
No. For people who don't know, I know your father is a fantastic composer, arranger of music, etc. But your grandfather was
He's an
quite
Italian singer.
yeah. Expound on that if you don't mind, my friend.
That's random. I was with Carrie in Texas. We found one of his records in a vintage store randomly. I'm like, how weird is that in Texas of all places? But
Wow.
he was an Italian singer, Jimmy Roselli. Him and Sinatra were rivals with each other. So
now, wait a minute. How serious are we talking about? What kind of rivals here?
Like Betty Davis and Joan Crawford type.
Really? Oh
they
my!
did. Somebody sent me a flyer. There was a play somewhere that was like feud Sinatra and Roselli. I'm like, oh my god, I should have gone to see it. They made a fucking play about them feuding.
Oh my word!
Men.
Okay, well, hang on a sec. I'm trying to. You posted this picture of the record, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, hang on. I'm trying to find.
I did not expect that to find him in Texas of all places.
Well, it is Texas. I mean, you will find all kinds of things in the Lone Star State. That's all I'm saying.
When are you coming to visit me, by the way?
Oh, Lord, dude, I know. I'm overdue. I've got to do it. Where is this infernal? Wait a minute. It's got to be someplace else here. Wait a minute. Hang on.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the picture of your grandfather's album. Oh, here it is. We found it, folks. Give me 1 second here. I think you guys are going to get quite the kick out of this. Daggone it. I've got that on the wrong screen. One moment, please. Yeah,
it's crazy. He always pops up places where you wouldn't expect.
Yeah. Here it is. Okay, here we go, folks. And with this live stream, you get all kinds of things. You get culture. Yep, here it is. Jimmy Roselli. Oh my goodness, look at that. Quite dapper in a tuxedo, I may say. My compliments to you, Michael. That is honestly, I love that period of music.
Carrie bought the record.
That's cool. That's cool. Now wait a second, because I got another. Yeah, I think I do. I'm
gonna grab my water bottle.
Yeah, go right ahead. Actually, while you're doing that,
wires.
While you're doing that, I've got another angle or another picture of that record. So give me 1 second here, folks, because I am all about sharing that. So while we're waiting for Mikey to come back, I'm just going to flip down through here.
Drop.
Do what?
Sorry, I heard something drop.
No, it wasn't me. I'm perfectly fine.
By the way, have you been to Texas? I don't know if this is a Texas thing or a South thing, but Carrie took me to Buc-ee's for my first time. Have you been to
Oh!
It's like the FAO Schwartz of gas stations.
Well, one of the things that we will catch up on is someone very dear in my heart and life these days, and we'll catch up on that after we get out of this live stream. But she has do what?
Is there a Mrs. Fedora nowadays?
There's not a Mrs. Fedora, but there is somebody very dear in my life, and believe it or not, where she lives, there is a Buc-ee's, and she has said
I'm so
that
happy.
one of the things that we refer to her here on the channel as the lady.
There's a
There is a lady. Yes, there is a
I'm so
lady.
happy. I've been saying the entire time, we're friends, how is this man single? Because he's so wonderful and so amazing. And
Yes,
so there needs to be a good Mrs. Fedora.
and one of the things that the lady has said she wants to do is take me to the local Buc-ee's in her area, which is not too far away. Oh, by the way, we found another picture of your grandfather's album. And you know me, I'm always going to share this. So,
You shitting me?
No, I'm not. Would I do that to you?
Maybe.
Really? I mean, here, my friends, is another picture of that.
Oh my God.
You asshole! Hey! You asshole!
Yeah,
Fucking Greg.
Michael, such language you use on my channel. How dare you, sir?
He was like, last night I was taking my contacts out in the bathroom and I opened the door and he was there waiting to scare me. And he's like, you left the water on too long, so I couldn't time it right because I accidentally left the water on while I was taking my contacts out. So he didn't time his scaring properly.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Maddie Bracco is in the house and says hello to you, sir. That shirt is straight legit.
Maddie.
Okay, now getting back to what you wanted to talk about. Tell us what is going on with this story. So
I haven't done a deep dive yet. I feel like we should. We should, like, us and Tracy and Carrie, we should do like the true crime deep dive. Because I ain't buying this shit. I am not buying this shit.
All right. Well, first of all, what's the story? In other words, he was murdered.
He was shot, I believe, by the neighbor.
Okay.
And when they say his husband, what they mean is his husband.
Oh.
His husband who has a poussoir.
Okay.
That ain't no dude.
Okay.
Chick. This is a situation of straight with extra steps.
Okay, there's one I've never quite heard.
And I was like, I don't know about that.
Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. So you're saying that he was shot dead. People are claiming it was an act of homophobia. Or at least that's the story I'm getting. You're saying
now all the comments are justifying it. This is literally why pride exists. We are fighting to stay alive. Histrionic drama queen's gonna histrionic drama queen.
Okay, but you're saying not so much. You're saying there's more to this story than
100%.
Okay.
Crazy that in 2025 gay people are literally not safe.
All right. Okay.
I am this shit.
Okay, so you think there's more going on than just him getting shot. You think there's
So let me pull up a few. So first of all,
okay, hang on. Let me get that thing pulled back up for you.
I'm gonna send it in private chat.
All right.
Here's the neighbor.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So okay, yeah. Here's the other article. Give me 1 second, folks, and I will get this pulled up. There's
a lady. I'm so excited.
There is a lady. There is a lady. Okay, hang on.
I have shit to tell you too. We'll talk.
Okay. Oh no, I Mikey, I told you backstage, I told friends and family, I was like, look, I'm streaming with a buddy of mine. We haven't talked to each other in 7 months. We got a lot of crap to catch up on. Yeah. So, okay. So here's the one you just sent me, and I'll let you do the reading on this one.
I lived across from this man for years. He started gunfights constantly, and he burnt his own house down trying to make a meth lab inside. He constantly threatened his surrounding neighbors and played victim when cops came. Many neighbors have video proof of his torment. He used to throw bricks through my window and tore several of our mailboxes down. He was armed when he was shot and killed, and no one on that block ever yelled homophobic slurs at him. It's all a lie from his husband for sympathy. We've got a picture of the husband. I like that the neighbor said husband with these.
Okay, and while you're looking at that, let me respond to the Wingnuts over on Rumble, because they are taking this topic of the lady and they're quite running with it. TBA says a potential Mrs. Fedora, perhaps. We are simply dating. Okay, get hold of yourself, boy.
I'm so happy.
Let's see. WWG1 says it's Brian's dog. Don't get too excited. I will deny that one, WWG1. T Gagliotti, welcome into the live stream, my friend. Will there be a Wedora in the near future? No, there's no Wedora in the future. Okay, near future. Okay, just calm down a little bit.
I'm so happy.
Are we going to have a no, there's not going to be one of those happening on Saturday.
I want to be the flower girl.
Oh, shit.
Or if I can officiate.
WWG1 says we can ask her if Brian takes off his hat during private time or if he leaves it on. Inquiring minds want. Oh, good God, WWG1.
I know that.
Oh, my Lord. Okay.
I remember telling Brian I wanted to know that about Tim Pool if he takes the beanie off during.
Oh, you know he doesn't. There is the lady is in my life. We are dating. Just everybody calm down.
We have a girlfriend.
We're taking it each day as it comes. You know, that's where we are. And y'all just rein yourselves in. I love you. Rein yourselves in. Gypsy says there is no way to explain Karen Reed in a chat stream. Do you think Mike watches
RuPaul? I've never seen an episode of RuPaul in my life.
Okay. All right. Anyway. Yeah. So somebody's got to get Mike up to speed on the Karen Reed thing.
I need to do like a catch-up stream soon, so I can add that to the list of things I need to catch up on.
Forevermore. Y'all are just awful.
I love it.
Well, thank you, Lana. I appreciate it.
I agree. He is the greatest.
All right. What related to this further topic that you're talking about, Michael, what else have you got, my friend?
Here's the lovely lady. Here's the handsome husband.
Okay. All right.
From a town called Hamhock.
Oh dear. Oh, okay, hang on. Let me get this thing pulled up real quick.
Lovely voice, Brian, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Whoa. What's going on here? Stop it. Okay. Before I get myself in trouble here. Lord. Oh, now I see what. Okay. This is all right. Whee, boy. Yeah.
It's a handsome gentleman is what you mean.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh boy.
Ugh. The bull piercing is just like a no.
Well, I will start.
This is what the other guy, that's what Anthony Carey's husband would look like in hell if he came from hell. This is like the devil version of Anthony.
Oh my
the
word.
Ugly, demonic version. Not to I didn't mean ugly, not to defame the dead, God rest his soul and all.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh boy.
Fucking Squanto.
Yeah.
So I ain't buying this shit.
Okay.
I mean, is anyone other than the alphabet people?
I don't know. That's
Police
just
department said there's no evidence of a hate crime. Look at this. According to the San Antonio Police Department, officers have responded to his address on Dorsey Drive over 40 times since January 2024. 40 times in the last year and a half, with calls connected to mental health disturbances, disturbance with neighbors, general disturbances, welfare checks, and the fire reported in January.
okay.
But these fucking dumbass alphabet people are they are horny to be victims that they will believe anything. They get like a sexual feeling at the thought of being a victim. They're like, ooh, hate crime? They love that. Their ears perk up.
Yes, indeed. Oh boy. Yeah, really interesting. Really interesting.
Call it the second coming.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're right. This thing stinks to high heaven.
And they're all using it to justify all the alphabet people bullshit. This is why we need pride. This is why gay people aren't safe. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
Bitches.
Oh my goodness. Jeez. Yeah. This is. Yeah. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I ain't buying her shirt.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Movie recommendation for you. And for the audience, by the way, before I switched over to the next topic. I watched something over the weekend that I'd heard about. I heard about it a couple of months ago, that it was coming out on Netflix. And Mike, I'm telling you right now, this movie is tailor-made for you, and it's not a horror movie. Yeah, Nonas, or how is it pronounced in Italian?
Nonas, zafango.
Nonas apparently is
Italiano si diciamo
nonas. Okay, which is Italian for grandmothers. Okay, this is a movie on Netflix. It stars Vince Vaughn, Susan Sarandon, Brenda Vaccaro, Lorraine Bracco, Talia Shire. Let me think of who else is in it. Let's see, Talia Shire, Lorraine Bracco, Brenda Vaccaro, Susan Sarandon, and Vince Vaughn. You've got, and actually Diana D'Arco, the girl from Sopranos. You have, and Joe. Do what?
Drea Di Matteo?
Yeah, Drea Matteo. Thank you. And Joe, what's his name? He was married to Sofia Vergara. Joe Montana? Not Montana. Yeah. You've got to watch this movie. I'm serious. And I recommend this to everybody watching the live stream right now. You've got to watch this movie. And I'm not kidding. This is probably one of the best movies that I have seen in years.
Really? Yeah,
it's really, truly one of the best films.
I think I've been to The Real Place on Staten Island.
Yeah. I mean, I won't tell a whole lot about the story. Vince Vaughn portrays a man who opens a restaurant, and he has a very particular angle. It's made from the perspective of family recipes, and he wants people to be able to enjoy the cooking that their mothers and their nonas made for them growing up. And it chronicles the story of how he opened the restaurant and everything he went through to get there. It's funny, it's heartfelt, it's hysterical. It's really, Mike, I swear you've got to do a review of this movie.
Well, I gotta watch it.
You've got to, I'm make it a Friday night thing at Castle Greg, and you guys have got to watch this. Seriously.
I last night watched Sinners. Was gonna watch Sinners. I fell asleep during it. It's
okay.
Supposed to be very good. I've heard. To me, it looked like it was gonna be kind of woke, but I heard that it's not. I can't tell you because I slept through it. I'm gonna watch it again. However, it's like it's a black people movie, but the two main characters, I thought I was just a racist because I was like, I can't tell them apart, and then I realized it's the same person. It's one guy playing both parts.
Okay.
I'm less racist than I thought I was.
Okay. Well,
I have a movie recommendation for you.
All right, hit me.
Watch Strange Darling.
I have not watched it, but I will take it up.
It's so good. It's like a thriller, but it's very unique. It's very original. It's kind of... I don't want to say what, because it'll give stuff away. I'm not saying anything. Go in blind. It's amazing.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And the writer-director follows me.
Okay. Oh, really? Well, I tell you, man, give you a little bit of time. Yes, it is still open. This restaurant is still open on Staten Island. They did a after the film was done, they showed some live shots from the restaurant. Yeah, that restaurant's still open and doing quite well for itself. So yeah. Yeah, but the movie is just that good. And normally I don't get that high on most stuff coming out of Hollywood, but this is so well done on so many levels. Yeah, and yeah, everybody, I recommend. I mean, this is a kind of movie your family could sit down and watch and just have a whole lot of fun doing it. The food, I will give you the food fight in the kitchen between Lorraine Bracco,
I love her,
and Brenda Vaccaro, priceless. You've got.
Okay, I'm gonna watch this movie tonight.
Yeah, you've got to watch. Let me know what you think. I think you'll enjoy it.
I love Lorraine Bracco.
Oh yeah, then you're gonna love her in this because she is just, her character is amazing. So, well, on a less fun note, you heard about what happened out in Colorado, right?
What happened?
Oh, you haven't heard about this?
Oh yeah. I didn't know it was Colorado. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the
news.
Yeah, this story is just on so many levels.
Yeah.
For those who may not know what I'm referring to, over the weekend, there was a gentleman.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else. Never mind.
No. There's a gentleman who was throwing Molotov cocktails at Jewish families who were taking part. Yeah, who were taking part in a march out in Colorado. I'm trying to remember what the exact city was. Boulder. Excuse me, it was Boulder. He was throwing Molotov cocktails at people, and I think the injury count, the number of dead, I'm not sure of. 15 people overall were injured. How many of them were dead, I'm not sure. But the part that cracks me up the most, and this is one of those, this is when political correctness meets law enforcement. The cops, the Boulder police, are like, oh, we don't know what his motives are yet.
No clue. Total mystery.
Yeah, it's a total mystery. We have no idea why he was doing this. Really? You don't say.
Yeah.
The fact that he was yelling Allah Akbar while this was going on.
Total mystery.
Maybe
it was the Amish.
Yeah, free Palestine. I mean, and then to top it all off, here I got a story here from a local newspaper out there, and it's just like, how in the world is this guy even Mike, this one's going to make your blood boil. Sorry, but it's going to do it. This is from the Colorado Sun, which, like I said, is a local newspaper out there, and just unbelievable. Check this out. Mohammed Sabri Soleiman, 45, was born in Egypt, moved here 3 years ago with his wife and 5 children. He had lived in Kuwait for like 17 years. But check this part out. He entered the country in August 2022 on a tourist visa that expired February 23. He applied. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He applied for work authorization in March 23, but it was given to him. He filed for asylum in September 22, was granted a work authorization in March 23, and that had expired. He was in the country illegally. Yeah, exactly.
And this is why we can't have fucking open borders. This
exactly.
Is your country, you fucking twats.
Yeah, exactly.
Bitches.
Exactly.
Bitches.
Yeah, and no one can understand why it is we're wanting to tighten this stuff up and deport people. This guy killed and injured innocent people, and it's like, how many thousands more or millions more have we got in the country right now, just like this guy waiting to go off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just unbelievable. Oh, boy, we have no
What
idea what his
fucking
motives are.
shit.
No. We have no idea what his motives are.
Total
Just,
mystery.
oh, yeah, complete mystery
And
at
it
every
also goes to show that there is a price that is paid for all of the bullshit and propaganda that's being pushed out by the Hamasos.
Oh yeah, and this is part of it. I mean, it's like it's just unbelievable, just absolutely unbelievable.
I'm so sick of
Yeah.
these people.
And not only that, apparently this guy was coming loaded for bear. He had, like, aside from the Molotov cocktails he was throwing, he had like 14 others near the scene. And get ready, he had USAID paperwork in the back of his car.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised? Of course.
Oh yeah, just unbelievable,
People.
So yeah, and
But yeah,
they were
let them all in. Let them all in.
Oh yeah, well, if Kamala had gotten 4 years, that's exactly.
That's so
Yeah.
true.
Oh, okay. So here's some information. He was an Uber driver, so Uber okayed him. Oh, I was not aware of that detail. Thank you, Gypsy. I was not aware of that at all. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Jeez, Pate.
I love you. Even in like fucking depressing stories, you're hilarious.
Oh, well, thank you. I do my best. But yeah, it's just like, how many more times do we have to let in our own injury and sorrow before we finally like, no, the hell with this. This is stupid.
That's what I was saying at the college events that I was doing. I was like, open borders begin at home. You want open borders? Go leave your front door unlocked, leave it wide open at night, go announce to the neighborhood. Anyone can come in, and you can't ask them any questions, and you can't vet them, and you can't see who's coming into your house. Would you do that? Oh, no, of course not. What they want for their fellow Americans is very different than what they would want for themselves.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
leftism for thee, not for me.
Oh, well, case in point, Martha's Vineyard last summer.
Yup.
Ron it was either Ron DeSantis or Greg Abbott of Texas.
Both of them.
Yeah, I think it was both of them, not to mention. Send a bunch of about 50 illegal immigrants, bust them up to Martha's Vineyard. Okay. And in less than 48 hours, the residents of Martha's Vineyard and the governors of those two states shipped them up there during the summer when there would be availability of housing, lots of people there. They could help monetarily. They could provide all the services, yada, yada, yada. In 48 hours, those liberal hypocrites shipped them off somewhere else, got rid of them.
Gee, I'm floored. Gee.
Shocked, totally. Oh my God. You know, it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, oh yeah, I don't mind. I want you to take them in. But don't send them to me. No.
Yep.
That. You know, it's like
fucking
it's like, well, exactly. You know, liberalism for thee, but not for me. It's just like, no. I'm not going to have that in my neighborhood. It's just like, it just boggles the mind. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Oh, yep. See, this is why I've said, Mike, my audience, outside of yours, but my audience is the best on the internet because they can reference stuff like that.
Yep.
You know, that is how good they are. Absolutely how good they are. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, I saw that story. I was like, oh, we got to definitely talk about that tonight. Oh, we have no idea what his motive is. No.
None.
Too early to determine what that is. Really? The guy standing there yelling, "Free Palestine."
I think it was a Frenchman with baguettes. It could have been.
Could be.
It could have been a faggot with a baguette. He disappeared.
Oh, you rat bastard. How dare you? Don't do that. Don't do that.
My brain is still on the fact that there is a lady front porch. I'm so happy and excited to hear all about it. I'm calling you after. I hope you have no plans after.
No. Dude, I'm planning on talking to you. We got to catch up on stuff. Don't worry about it.
Good.
Do not worry about it. All right.
Yeah.
So,
What? Sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, what else is on your brain? What else you got on your brain
I think
tonight?
I kind of covered it. I don't know. I've been, like I said, I've been out of the loop a bit, so I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do a couple of more at least, and then we will retire to the backstage and talk about life.
I'm God. By the way, can I just bitch for a second? I am.
Oh, no, Michael, you are allowed to bitch anytime, anywhere you want. Thank you very
I thought
much.
you were gonna say you bitch.
Well, that too. I mean, yeah. I mean, just really. I mean, it's you. Of course, I expect you to bitch. I mean, you know.
I am struggling in my quitting. I am struggling.
What are you struggling with? All right. What are you struggling with, sir?
I'm struggling. So I quit smoking years ago. Smoking cigarettes. I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yeah. But when I quit smoking, I moved over to vaping. And when I moved to Florida, I quit vaping. But then once I moved, like my life blew up and everything, and I moved and all this stressful shit, I got dumped, all this stuff that I started vaping again. So recently, my asshole friend Greg, who we would both vape, decided one day to throw our vapes in the pool and decide that we're quitting. And so I was like, ugh, I guess I have to quit now. And I did. But then I went to LA and I was on vacation and I started vaping again. And now, anyway, moral of the story, I am struggling. So I have these like thingies that are like flavored air, which are horrible. There's one that looks like it's good called Fume. It costs like $100 for flavored air. I'm like, I'm not spending that. And so I am like, I have the patch and I am like taking nicotine mints like a fucking fiend. And meanwhile, motherfucking Greg just went cold turkey and is totally fine. And me, I'm just shoveling nicotine mints in my mouth all day long. And I don't know. I feel like I should just go cold turkey with it. I don't know. But I am struggling. Like I ran out of nicotine mints and I'm sitting here with my leg tapping. So after the show, I'm going to walk the 1.5 miles to CVS while I talk to you to get nicotine mints.
Okay.
I'm a junkie.
Okay. Well, and I told you about this backstage, but I will share this with the audience. Today is day 30 of me with no soda.
Good for you. I got to do that.
No Diet Coke, no Coca-Cola, no Diet Pepsi, no Pepsi, nothing. It's water. And now I have one indulgence, and that is a sweet tea, which I'll either half cut that, or if I've come back from the gym where I've done like a cardio workout, I will have a full sweet tea. And
look at you, crazy
dude. I'm intermittent fasting. I'm like intermittent fasting. I've cut out sodas. I'm trying to get my cardio, back up and running again. So yeah, it's this old horse is trying to get back in the fitness race.
Good for you. I am too. I'm like a fat piece of shit right now.
Hey,
I'm in my fat Elvis era.
This might not be a bad idea. Have you ever tried clove cigarettes? They're not addictive, but totally satisfying.
Are they different? I think I used to smoke them sometimes back in the day. I thought they were like cigarettes.
And I have an old friend of mine who I know what brand of clove cigarettes she smoked. They were called Darjeems. D-A-R.
The one in the black box?
Yeah.
They are delicious. I used to have those when I spent some time in New Orleans back in the day and would smoke those. Oh my God, they were delicious. Are you sure they're not cigarettes? I thought they were just like
they're clove. They're clove cigarettes. I had an old friend of mine, old coworker of mine. Yeah, her thing was a black cup of coffee and a Darjeem, and she was good for the day. So yeah, just for your consideration, brother.
Darjeem?
Darjim, if I'm not mistaken. Well, now WWG1 says he's got a cure that will. Darjam.
These are the ones. Where do you get them? I think they were
most. I would assume most cigarette shops.
I'm pretty sure they banned them in New York, and that's why I stopped.
Okay, well now WWG1 has a recommendation for how you can get off this problem of yours. He said, "Try smoking a turd. You will never want to smoke again."
Thank you. It's helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, WWG1. Now, see, that's part of what I love about the Electronic Front Porch. Our audience here is always looking out for guests and for all of us, we are willing to give each other advice that, there's no holding back. There's really just no holding back.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And he also says, TBA says, if you can't find a straight regular turd, dried cow patties will work in a pinch.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And I can get the George Floyd grill to cook them.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And a smoker to dry out the turds. So there you go.
These things, by the way, were so freaking delicious. I probably haven't had one in like a decade.
Okay, well, Gypsy says she's gonna send you a DM in on Twitter, so be on the lookout for that, my friend.
Oh my god, yes, I'm looking them up.
Okay.
Oh, there are places that have them apparently, and it's not like I'd be starting smoking cigarettes again, though.
No, well, now I'll let you and the audience have that discussion. So,
because I thought they were just like delicious cigarettes.
Let's see. Night Guardian says, I'm from the South and I cut my tea or mix in lemonade or other sugar-free Kool-Aid mixes. Well, there you go. That's not a bad idea. Wait a minute, Michael. The wing nuts over on Rumble are really wanting to help you out. WWG1 wants to know your P.O. box address. He's willing to send you a turd.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. My address is 12 fuck you. You're welcome.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go, WWG1.
I'm afraid
you have your answer.
Those close up because, like, I'm such a junkie. I have like such an addictive personality. This is why I've never done drugs. Like, if I did drugs once, I'd be a fucking junkie. So,
indeed, I understand completely, brother. I understand completely. Let's see. Well, all right. I said we'd do one or two more stories for the evening. This one, for me, kind of hits home for a lot of different reasons. About 3-4 years ago, I was on a live stream one night with two really good buddies of mine, Flagrant Triggers and Crash Mondo, and they were discussing the train derailment in Palestine, Ohio.
Oh yeah.
And I think the whole nation was riveted to that story because it's like, here you had this wonderful little bedroom community, which was right on the border of Pennsylvania. Train went through, all these chemical cars derailed, and you had the federal government telling everybody, hey, the ground is safe, the water is safe, everything's fine, yada, yada, yada. Okay, well, it turns out not only was that not true, but there was a whole lot of shenanigans going on behind the scenes between the White House and the FDA or EPA, etc. Here's a story from News Nation written by Mitch McHugh. After officials burned 5 tankers containing 115 gallons of toxic vinyl chloride over East Palestine, residents were sick and crying out for help. In September of 23, 7 months later, President Biden issued an executive order sending FEMA executive Jim McPherson to East Palestine to assess the community's unmet needs. But new documents from FEMA obtained through the Freedom of Information Act show extensive coordination between FEMA, the White House, the National Security Council, the EPA, and the Department of Justice, voicing serious concerns about health, toxins, and the unmet needs of East Palestine following the derailment. But publicly, their message was there was nothing to those concerns. Quote, it showed that FEMA knew healthcare was the number one issue, Leslie Pacey told News Nation. Pacey is an investigator with the Government Accountability Project who sued to get these documents when FEMA refused to turn them over. Going a little bit further into the story, Pacey said McPherson was nicknamed by residents the Ghost of October because they're expecting him there in October and they could never get a hold of him. Email revealed that FEMA coordinator was told not to engage with residents. I mean, Mike, I don't know how much of this story you remember. It's funny because that night when I was on that live stream with Flagrant Triggers and Crash Mondo, one of the residents of East Palestine came on.
Oh wow.
Yeah, one of my buddies that I was on that live stream with had been communicating with one of the residents of East Palestine, and she willingly came on. And she was telling us some absolute horror stories.
Yeah, that was a bunch of bullshit. What was happening there?
You want to know how much bullshit there was? hang on a second. I got a tweet from Nick Sortor, who was one of many different.
1 second, by the way, I need to put on a patch.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. I got to set this up anyway. Nick Sortor, Nick Sortor was like one of many people who was on the ground in East Palestine in the days after the disaster, and yeah, I've got a quick little video here that, and this was shot in the days following the derailment of those cars and the burning of them. 5 cars, 115,000 gallons of chemicals that were put into the air, spilled into the ground, spilled into the groundwater, etc. And it's when this video got out and people started realizing, oh crap, there is no way they should have ever told these people to go back on those grounds. It was absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, I'll just before I run this up here, I'll wait for Mikey to get situated back in his chair. And no, you're fine. Take your time. We're just
from here. That's a good microphone.
No, I can hear you. You're perfectly fine, dude. Yeah, TBA over on Rumble says cancer exploded over there, and now we don't know if it was the chemicals in the soil or the COVID jabbies. Yeah, that's a good point, TBA. Absolutely good point. Let's see. Night Guardian says, I'm 7 years clean and sober. It was harder to quit smoking and cigarettes because they are more acceptable in society. Oh, very true. Very true. WWG1 says, I want to hear him. No, we don't want to hear him doing his personal business. What's the matter with you?
I'm getting a patch.
He's getting a nicotine patch, for heaven's sake. Oh, forevermore, WWG1. You're awful.
Jeez.
That's awful. Lord have mercy.
Go, Chris. You're amazing.
I tell you what. Yeah, let me pop this up here. And like I said, Nick Sortor had this. Watch what happens when she throws that partial cinder block into that stream of water. Okay? Check this out. You can see the chemicals in the water. You see this down here?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at it.
It's all in the bottom of the creek bed.
Ew.
Yeah. And that was one of the sources of water for these folks in the area. Look at that.
Oh, look at it.
Tell you what, I wouldn't want to strike a match to that.
Hell no. The whole fucking town will go up in flames.
No kidding. Yeah, it's just, that's what these people were dealing with. You know, absolutely, that's what they were dealing with. And I'll never forget that night on the live stream. People were already getting sick. They were developing rashes. They were developing everything. And now we've got evidence that there was coordination between the Biden White House, the EPA, and everybody else. Like, oh, no. We're telling, here's our public message. Everything is fine. There's nothing wrong. Yada, yada, yada. TBA over on Rumble says we're going to need more lawsuits and hangings. I don't know about hangings, but I'll tell you what.
I do.
I hate to say this. The federal government needs to be sued into the Stone Age over this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever it takes to make these people whole, and there's no way they'll ever be whole.
Get away with this shit. They always get away with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. TBA says I'm shocked. Not. Oh, I know. Unbelievable. Absolutely.
They ought to get these people and hang them by their balls.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, we don't want Glenn Greenwald covering that. He probably get. He'd enjoy that too much.
Who would?
Indeed. All right, I got one more story, and then Mike, you and I are going to retire backstage. And this one's kind of also near and dear to my heart, but for different reasons. For a period of my life, I lived out in Illinois, and there's so many things you can say about the state of Illinois back then and even currently. Well, there's an interesting lawsuit that has now made its way to the Supreme Court, and I cannot believe the Supreme Court is actually going to take up this case. Now, for those of you who haven't heard about this yet, and Robert Gover has a great analysis of this, and I'm going to drop this in chat on both sides, on the Rumble and on the YouTube side, because y'all are going to want to watch this. This one, depending on how the court rules, could have significant effect. Illinois currently has a rule that says, a state law, that you can count absentee ballots up to 14 days after Election Day.
What?
You heard me.
What?
You heard me, bro. No, this is not a joke, brother. This is not a joke. Well, there's a U.S. representative out there by the name of Mike Bost, and I don't know him real well, but I know of him. Back during when I was living out there, Mike was a state rep in the Illinois House. Good guy. By all accounts, a real good guy. He's a U.S. congressman now. Well, he filed suit, and the Supreme Court has agreed to take this up. They just docketed the case. And this article is from justthenews.com, which is a fabulous website. I recommend this bunch to everybody. It's John Solomon's people. Katrina Barker wrote this article. In a move that could have major implications for election procedures across the country, the U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to take up a case brought by Judicial Watch challenging whether federal courts had jurisdiction to hear disputes over ballots received after Election Day. Illinois Representative Mike Bost, Republican from Murfreesboro, and two electors sued over the ballots counted after Election Day. Illinois allows mail-in ballots to be counted up to 2 weeks after Election Day if the ballots are postmarked by Election Day. The case was dismissed for lack of jurisdiction in lower court, but the U.S. Supreme Court announced on Monday it will review it, according to Boss attorney Russell Noble. Quote, "This isn't about whether counting ballots after Election Day is unlawful. That's not what's being decided yet," Noble told the Center Square shortly after SCOTUS agreed to hear the case. The Supreme Court first going to decide whether federal courts even have the power to hear these type of challenges.
What?
Noble explained the case.
Why do they exist?
Well, that's a fair question to me. Explained the case is key to resolving the split between the appeals courts, where the Fifth Circuit calling late ballot counting unlawful, and the Seventh, which refused to hear the case. Quote, "This practice of counting late ballots is relatively new. It really started gaining ground after Bush versus Gore. For most American history, ballots had to be received by Election Day." So the question they're trying to decide, that they're asking the Supreme Court to decide, is, do the federal courts even have jurisdiction to hear the case? Now, my response to that is, hell yes, they do. It's a federal election.
Yeah.
You're trying to get state law in Illinois to supersede federal, and I'm sorry, that's not the way it works. Federal should trump state in this matter, especially in a federal election. So Supreme Court's going to hear the case probably sometime this fall and probably have a ruling next spring. So we'll see what happens.
This is all such fucking shady shit, and they wonder why people don't trust elections.
Oh, I know. And frankly, I'm sorry. Paper ballots, you have to vote the day of. A limited amount of absentee ballots, but all this mail-in ballot crap and, open up the voting 3-4 weeks before Election Day. Nope, not in my world.
No,
in my world, you vote on Election Day or you don't vote. It's that simple.
100%.
So, I agree. Well, I'll tell you what, you and I have got some.
By the way, parentheses, The Wicked Part 2 trailer just came out. Should we watch the Wicked Part 2 trailer?
Sure, why not? I'm all for the fun of it.
I can't think of anything you would like to do less, but did you see Wicked Part 1?
No.
It was shitty. It was like, it could have been good, but it was the most needlessly frustrating movie I've ever seen, because everything in it was just slightly off. Like, the editing was slightly off, the camera work was slightly off, their faces are slightly off with all the fucking work they've had done.
Their bodies were slightly off, for the love of God.
My God, what she's done to her face and her body. So yeah, let's blind react to this since it just came out. Your audience is probably like, ugh, fuck this guy.
No, they're not saying that. I won't tell you what they're saying, but no, they're not saying that. Hang on, let me get this thing pulled up. See, ladies and gentlemen, you come to my live stream, you get all kinds of good stuff. So
I don't know about good stuff, but
TBA says I saw the off-Broadway Wicked play. It was just okay. Well, I can respect that.
Off-Broadway?
Yeah, off-Broadway, yeah. All right,
Off-Broadway.
hang on a second. Hang on a second, folks. We will get this pulled up, and
They came out with the poster too. It's got to be the ugliest fucking poster I've ever seen.
oh Lord have mercy.
Coloring for this movie like ought to be shot.
Okay. All right, hang on.
Fucking color. So yeah, let's see. And in the first part, it's like they did no color correction. All the colors were just bland and wet. So I wonder if they fixed that for part 2.
Well, we're about to find out, folks. So
I'm guessing that there are a lot of egos involved, and they kept this shitty desaturated look.
all right, here we go.
Thanks, I hate it. So will you be seeing Wicked Part 2, Brian?
Let me answer that as plainly and definitively as I possibly can. Not just no, hell no. That is not going to happen.
The first part was so like the first part, it could have been good, but it's like they chose to just make it awful.
Yeah, over on Rumble.
That's the thing for how all these modern movies are shot on digital, and the lighting is always the same. It's all whites and grays, and it's overlit, and it's desaturated. And it looks. Why does it look so bad? There's no reason that it should look this bad.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me. T Gaggiotti over on Rumble says, "What fresh hell is this? More proof that AI has reached the singularity." Well, you may not be wrong.
I feel like AI wouldn't have made it look that bad.
Oh no, heavens no.
It's
Anywho,
bizarre. Like I wouldn't put out a YouTube video with all the colors desaturated and the lighting overblown, but it's got to be money laundering because they've spent probably what, like 400 million on these two movies.
Probably.
It's got to be money laundering.
It has to be. Well, I'll tell you what, let's bring this train to the station because I know you're jonesing for a little hit of the nicotine. So once again, my good friend, first of all, thank you for being here tonight. This has been a load of fun. You are so welcome back here anytime you want. Where can people find you on social media? What can they do to help you out?
I am on X at Not Mike Harlow. I'm on YouTube at Mike Harlow. Tomorrow, the end just like that watch party continues, the hate watch party. So if you want to join on that, subscribe to my locals or my Patreon or something. It's like $5 a month. Do it. It's fun. We have movie nights. We have game nights. We do lots of fun stuff. So it will be 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, right when the new episode drops. Do it.
Yes, and folks, having been on one of these hate watch party live streams with Mike is a wonderful host from the perspective of a guest. But let me tell you, for the fact that he made me suffer through one of the most miserable television shows in the history of the genre, I love my brother, but I'm gonna kill him one of these days. Just saying. Folks, you can find me on Rumble. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter. Thank you guys for being here tonight.
This man is just the greatest. I love him so much.
Thank you, brother. Love you too. Hang on a second, Mike. We'll say we'll have some conversations backstage.
And Brian, because I knew you, I have been changed for the good. Yes, I got a middle finger out of Brian.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Anyway.
Thank you for having me. I love you.
All right. We love you guys. I'll be back with some videos, live streams. We'll be back this Saturday morning with Front Porch Brunch. Love you guys. Thanks for being here, and y'all have a good night.